in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge with Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Eric Johnson.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Today is a very special day.
International Women's Day takes place every year on the 8th of March.
We are strong adult women.
Women are responsible for 2/3 of the work done worldwide.
Women are tough.
Women are strong.
Women are mysterious.
I am woman. Hear me roar.
I'm very excited to welcome you to International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
Chin up.
It's showtime.
I got chills because it's International Women's Day. Yeah, baby. Hear me roar, Angela. Rawr. Are you even listening?
She doesn't even have
Hello?
one thing to say.
I'm
sorry.
like, Angela, I've been looking at you talking. She's like, Angela, are you joining us today?
I am joining you guys today. I'm here.
It's International Women's Day.
I mean-
all right. Get excited, right?
Yippee.
What does that mean? Exactly. That's our resident woman.
You're not happy to be a woman?
Our
I mean,
resident.
I'm always happy to be a girl, but
A girl or a woman?
no, I'm a girl. I'm Peter Pan, if I'm really anything. Peter Pan.
What? Okay, time out.
Uh-huh.
Why do you say you're Peter Pan? For what context?
Because I don't want to be a woman. I want to be a kid. Peter Pan.
Okay, because I've used that Peter Pan analogy. I've heard that used with men. They're Peter Pan. They don't want to settle down. They don't want to grow up.
Okay, that's me. Yeah, I don't want to settle down. I don't want to grow up. I want to be a kid.
Oh, he's Peter Pan.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
I have Peter Pan syndrome. Yeah. I'll take it.
International Women's
You
Day.
should go work for I'm sorry. You
Does
should
that
go
mean
work
you-
for Disney or something, Angela. You're all about like rainbows and Peter
I
Pan.
am. Rainbows and happiness.
Kids. And
Although my favorite float at Disney was the skeleton one. They have like a skeleton float with all this. When they do a parade every day because everybody should do a parade every day. Yeah, I couldn't fit into it. I couldn't be like a princess, so I don't want to be one if I can't be like a princess.
you don't want to be like, what is it, Alana or whatever?
Well, I want to be, yeah, but
She's a princess.
there are
isn't she?
very specific height requirements, and I'm too tall for most of the princesses. My cousin was a chipmunk
Well, there you go.
at Disney.
Hey, welcome to The Edge. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Glad you guys are joining us this morning. We're on 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. You know what we do? Share the show, 100.7 The Viper. On Facebook, it's that call letter, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show, share the show, share the show. We appreciate it. Of course, ViperRocks.com. A lot of people have been listening to ViperRocks.com as well. The show doesn't ever go off there or get interrupted or whatever. ViperRocks.com. We're on the Morning Edge as well on YouTube. You can check us out there too. There is something that might help you, Angela, or something that you would be good with.
What is that?
There's a new hotline that features pep talks from kindergartners.
Okay, that is awesome.
I know. It's great. I've never seen you smile.
Because that makes me
You
so
can do
happy.
it. Chris, we got to call this.
Okay, made me so
And
happy.
I know I'm throwing this on you here. You've got to check out I'll give you the but it's I think it might be a German number, 707. A musician from Germany drove his grand piano to the Ukrainian border to play for refugees while they arrive. And an elementary school in California just launched a free hotline called Pep Talk,
Oh my gosh, I love this.
where you can hear encouraging words from kindergartners. So if you're feeling stressed,
Oh my gosh, I love this.
you
so
call
much.
this number. An elementary school in Northern California launched a free hotline called Pep Talk. PEPTOC.
Well, let's call it.
Can we please call it?
Well, if you can make it work, I mean, the number 707.
Hold on.
Hold on, we're calling right now, guys.
998 8410. This is Pep Talk, PEPTOC.
Hi, welcome to Pep Talk, a public art project by Westside School. Bienvenidos a Pep Talk, un proyecto creado por los estudiantes de Westside School.
That's Spanish.
Para un mensaje feliz, presiona 5.
Please
That's
listen
Spanish.
to the following options for encouraging messages. If you're feeling mad, frustrated, or nervous, press 1.
That's Angela.
If you need
Press
words of
1.
encouragement,
When you're feeling mad, you should take 3 deep breaths and think of things that make you happy. The thing that makes me happy is when, and I think of happy things will happen in the future, like going to a friend's house or cousin's house. Bye.
If you're frustrated, just take 5 minutes off.
If you're frustrated, you can always go to your bedroom, punch a pillow, or cry on it, and just go scream outside.
I love it so much.
If you're nervous, go get your wallet and spend it on ice cream and shoes. If you feel mad or frustrated,
Vodka.
you can do what you want to do best, or you can do flips on the trampoline.
If you feel mad, please just do something that you like. Do something that inspires you. Do something to make you feel better.
I love it.
If you're sad or angry, go get a cookie, a smoothie, or an ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that last one.
Chocolate works for me.
Transfer you back to the main menu.
That's so cute.
That's Pep Talk, PEPTOC. You can look it up and get the phone number. We just gave it to you so you can check that out. I thought you might like that,
Oh
Angela.
my goodness, I love it so much. Look, do you see the mood that I have? My mood has drastically changed.
Yeah, but that shouldn't change your mood that quick, should it?
But it's adorable. It is that adorable. That was adorable. And taking those deep breaths and getting a cookie and ice cream sounds delightful. Let's do it.
And how many cookies and ice cream, how much ice cream do you really eat?
Well, I'm not allowed to eat ice cream anymore.
I know you're not. That's why I asked.
But prior to my problem, I would go get a carton and eat half of it in a day.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
What kind of ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah. That's what my wife loves.
Yeah, it's good stuff right there.
So you've got your opportunity now for Pep Talk.
That's adorable.
Pep Talk. It was I mean, we got a lot of serious things to talk about, but that made me happy. Also, there's a guy who made $75,000 last year by suing telemarketers. He's my new hero.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah, because I'm tired of it too. He's in Texas. He was sick of it, so he started suing him for breaking the law. And in 11 months, he made $75,000 in settlements. They all settled out of court.
That is amazing. We should all do that.
Yeah, well, there's a list, and it would take forever, but there is a list of and times of when telemarketers can legally call you.
Okay.
And when they can't. So he kept track of that. He was already an attorney, so he represented himself, filed the lawsuit.
I mean, that makes sense. That's the way to do it. If you're already your attorney.
Yeah, in 11 months, he filed 50 more lawsuits, 50 of them after the first one, and made $75,000 in settlements.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
And here's the key, though. My phone lights up with telemarketers. He said that some of the companies didn't even know that their companies were doing this. And they changed the whole policy after finding out that this
like the
was
company
actually,
didn't know that telemarketers were calling
had no idea. Had no idea. They changed their marketing strategy, and they just aren't calling random people anymore. A lot of them use outside contractors. So the outside contractors were doing this.
Just doing it on their own.
And they had no idea. Chris, could you see that, owning a company and something of that happening, especially if it's a major company with many employees?
And they don't even know about it.
Well, they didn't know the practices of the outside companies that they were using in regards to the times that they were calling.
No.
And how much.
I couldn't imagine.
He tried adding his number to a do not call list. He filed complaints with the Better Business Bureau, but it didn't do any good.
Yeah, I'm on one of those do not call lists, and I get called all the time.
Me too.
All the time.
So
And it
he
doesn't
sued
matter.
one of the
You said-
companies, and then he won.
Did you say there's certain times they can call?
Yeah, that too.
They call me at any time.
Yeah, that's not, and that can't happen. They can't. There are specific laws. And he showed that they were violating something called the Federal Telephone Consumer Protection Act. And that's part of it too. But there's other protections that go along with that.
Huh.
So congratulations
Yeah, good on him.
to Austin.
Where'd you say he was based out of?
Excuse me, Dan Grammy's from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Jumping in there, if you can believe that. It drives me crazy.
It does. It drives me nuts too. Because your phone rings and you're like, yay, it's going to be somebody important. And it's not.
Because you want somebody to call you all the time.
I
By the way, if
always
somebody wants to
love
talk to Angela, the phone number is 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. It is true. You go home and you just wait for your phone to ring.
I watch it. You know who calls me? My mother.
Please.
My mother
oh,
calls me a lot.
Like, help me.
I love my mother, but she's the only one who calls. By the way, just so you know, everybody did like the little children. There are so many heart emojis on our Facebook feed today.
What do you mean the little children? Oh, the phone
little,
call?
Yeah, so many people like the little kids.
It is cool. It is. I don't need a cookie either, but it is fun to hear the kids. All right. Sorry. You just had your dessert first, and it's time for me.
That's all right. I always like my dessert first. I've always been that way.
At least we got the sun today, so that's a little bit better. Gas prices now we're hearing like $6, maybe $6 a gallon here by the end of summer.
Okay, but the end of summer. But I care more about like in the next 2 months. That's what I care about.
Well, that puts us into May.
Okay, but that's not the end of summer. That's the beginning of summer. So what are we talking about at the beginning of summer?
Oh, it's
you think
nobody
5?
knows.
Beginning of summer,
it's feasible.
May? Okay.
It's feasible because at 9:45 this morning, the president. We'll see where this goes. The president finally is succumbing to cutting off oil imports, so we're no longer going to be buying the oil from Russia. Okay.
Oh, we're going to get it from Iran,
but
then Iran's going to get a nuke.
And
How
then,
about that?
And then this is the flip side. I'd love to see you get excited, Chris.
Pisses
Thank you.
me off.
No, or not excited, but I'd love to see you jump in because this is
Because
The
Joe
Rock.
Biden is such an idiot.
Because we refuse. This country refuses, and that's why his numbers are the lowest in any modern day president. And I think he knows, and the Democratic Party knows that he or Harris have no chance at winning re-election. They're just.
I don't think
isn't.
he ever intended to complete a second term.
Well, regardless whether he did or.
I mean, his
that
people
doesn't
that
mean,
prop him up might
but that
have,
doesn't. But that doesn't mean you go and just be a disaster of a president, and don't worry about ratings because they are worried about the success and the ratings and what people think. So he's refusing to open.
I mean, I just don't understand how you can
the
be
full
that
pipeline.
damn stupid.
So basically, what you have now is the fact. Yep, he's going to announce it at 9:45 today, cutting off the Russian imports. Okay, great. But then where are we going to get the 10% of oil that we import? It looks like Iran now. So then we give that money to Iran. You switch it from Russia to Iran, who really wants a nuke, and this money is going to help them. I mean, here's the thing, Chris. Iran's going to get a nuke at some point in time, either sooner rather than later. Whether it's
But why does it have
now,
to be sooner? Because of a bonehead decision.
When
I mean, that's all you have to
when
do.
you can do it in your own country, and
Yes.
that's the problem.
That's all you have to do is crack the pipeline open. Open the Keystone.
But it's a political thing, and it's a Democratic mantra, if you will, that they don't want the pipeline open.
It should not be political at this point, Vic.
It shouldn't be.
We're on the brinks of World War III happening right now in another country. Why does politics have to play a role in our gas right here?
I agree. I agree with you 100%. It sucks. It's what's happening, but that announcement's going to come.
I'm sorry. Joe said, if no one drives for 2 weeks, we can flatten the curve.
I saw that. I saw that yesterday. Dr. Fauci piped in yesterday. If everybody stops driving for 2 weeks, we can stop it. Yeah. Okay. We got it. That would be funny, though, if you could. Oh, yeah, we're not going to drive for 2 weeks. And this all comes in the midst of the whole situation that's going on with oil companies. Shell wasn't even abiding by the Russian sanctions. Shell just now yesterday jumped on. They were still doing business with Russia until they got caught. That just shows you that there are no morals. People don't care. Companies don't care. It's all about the mighty dollar. And then that became an issue as well. So now gas prices are going to go extremely high. And if we have time, I'll have Chris do it. I'll show you a graph. And guess what? Gas prices didn't just now go up. If you look at a graph from when President Biden came into office in November or December of 2020, well, actually it was January, but when he was elected, every single month, gas prices have gone up. Just like you look, if you invest in the Dow, how it shows over time, it just goes up and up and up and up. Every single month, the graph from when President Biden got in office, the gas has gone straight up. Straight up. It was $2 a gallon, straight up.
But
up,
it wasn't
up,
part
up,
of
up.
that because nobody was going anywhere. Like
No.
nobody was going to work. Everybody was staying home. Wasn't part of the
No,
low prices because of
You
that.
could make an argument, a teeny weeny argument, but the gas prices went, and they've continued to go straight up.
That's because everybody knew he wanted electric cars. Electric cars has been his plan from jump.
And what's interesting, Chris, I sent you a Facebook message yesterday, Chris, if you can check it. and pull that up.
If you can check your Facebook while I
Seriously, I sent you a message. This is what's interesting. We had a warning of $7 a gallon gas. By the way, good morning, Eric. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hey, did I see you bring in a jug or a gallon of water?
I did.
And that got me excited. That's
wow,
awesome.
What happened to your voice, sir?
Why would that get you excited?
Because I speak all the time about how water can change a body.
It sure can, and I'm going to change today.
I'm sorry. I hope we get a shot of Eric here because he looks every bit of rock star right now.
What?
Yeah, you got.
Black is the
chain,
color of.
You got the dog tag chain. You got the leather jacket. The Fender hat, like every bit of rock star out on like a Sunday.
Yes, Eric Church called me last night and said, you should wear this.
You do look like a country.
Oddly enough, all you need is aviators, and that's the fit. Yeah.
No, he does.
He really does.
You look like a modern country star.
Wow.
Very much so.
That's how all the country stars look right now.
Ready for Branson. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Here we go.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And
$4, by the way, across the street.
Is it really already?
$4. $4.09.
Oh my God.
At the Mid River Small Eggs, and it's
Chris,
only
let me know. Chris, let me know when you're able to
$3.72.
pull that up.
Okay.
Because it was a warning about $7 a gallon gas. We had a warning. We were told what would happen a few years ago. And it is interesting when you see what's going on with this whole situation. And now we appreciate you jumping on the Facebook line. We're going to get to it all. We got a lot going on right now. I was hoping we could get that soundbite.
I don't understand what is the debate. Who cares? Here's the deal: if you don't have enough oil under your roof, you're going to pay more for it. The United States has enough capacity to have 200,000 more barrels than we import from Russia right now by Keystone Pipeline. That doesn't include BP and Exxon. Just opening the spigots a little bit more.
But that doesn't force people to buy electric cars. And how do you force people to buy electric cars? You make gas unreasonably
There's
high.
no such thing as an electric truck right now. There's no such thing as an electric tractor. There's no such thing as an electric pickup truck hauling wood from one part of the county to the no one's buying a Prius except for Manhattan Beach, California, and New York City.
But how
I'm
else
sorry.
are they going to force us?
I see where you're going with this, and you know what? Here's so sad is Biden is going down to Texas today for some event for PTSD for the veterans. That's great. It's for burn pits and yada, yada, yada. He could just kind of swing right over to the our producers, American producers, and say, guys, what's going on? How's it going today? Can we up the ante a little bit with a little bit of oil you're pumping today? We could literally win this war against Putin in, I think the experts said like 6 months by just shutting his ability to make money down.
Correct.
China
and not just the oligarchs.
Yeah, then you got to start to drag China's name into this because China would be funding Russia, basically. It would be like a kid that moved back home. And
speaking of which, China, again, yesterday said that their number one business partner, their strategic business partner, is Ukraine, and they refuse to have any sanctions or call what they are doing wrong. So they're in bed together. They're best buddies. Good luck trying to break them up.
It's not going to happen. And so Russia is basically a template for China being able to fly over Taiwan. Let's make no joke about it. That's exactly what this is. They're not worried about the wheat coming out of Ukraine. They're not worried about China's oil. Big deal. We can get oil anywhere. We'll call Saudi Arabia if we need more oil. This is about China saying, hey, you know what? These guys they're trying to take their ancestral land back. Oh, by the way, we have some ancestral land as well that we would like back too. So if they come down on Russia, basically they're coming down on themselves.
Well, the gas prices were around little under $2 a gallon when Trump left office. Now I know people that don't like Trump. Oh, whatever. Drew Collins even says, well, they would have been $6 a gallon though, Vic. You don't know that, Drew, because we were on an upward trend that was going up and up and up, and it all started. And guess what? When you listen to the CEO of Exxon, when you listen to the CEOs of the oil companies, they say shutting off the Keystone Pipeline is what caused the gas to immediately start to go up because it's a projection of what's going to happen. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm telling you what the experts in the field are saying. And Jen Psaki, who represents the administration, says, well, just go drill. And they're like, yeah, it's not that easy. She can say that publicly, but that's not the case.
Exactly.
Here's what we were told. I don't know. I think it was about 2 years ago. Do you remember this person saying this?
What?
$2 a gallon for your gasoline, that's okay. You know what that's like? That's like a tax cut. That's bigger than a tax cut. If Biden got in, you'd be paying $7, $8, $9. Didn't they say, get rid of your car?
Prices at some local gas stations, they're way above the average. Well, across the street from the Beverly Center, one of the most expensive places in LA, drivers are paying this.
Yeah. You just heard the former president saying, how do you like your $2 a gallon gas? He's like, if Biden gets in office, you're going to be paying $7, $8, $9 again. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And guess what? Look where we are. Another prediction from the former president. Like him or not, mean tweeting or not, from a business economic standpoint, it's night and day difference. When you just look at stats, not my opinion, when you look at actual hard numbers, the difference in where this country has gone. We have hit rock bottom when it comes to a lot of this financial industry, when it comes to gas prices, oil, importing.
There's nothing that I can find. And I turn this to Angela because she's not exactly a creature of the news. There's nothing policy-wise or Trump's predictions, that haven't come true or weren't exactly accurate. Now, you might hate the guy because he's just crass. You might hate him because he's got orange skin. You might hate him because he's a bad Twitterer. But
I hated him on Twitter. Sorry.
Right, so did I.
And I hated how he acted against Pence.
I didn't even get to my however.
I called him out on all of this. I'm just backing what you're going to say.
So
because he drove me freaking crazy.
I love people like Angela. They're agnostic on everything. Did you like Trump or were you like, I can't stand that clown?
There were things I liked and things I didn't like, much like with everybody.
That's what I was just saying.
Okay,
yes,
but when you get into that booth, and I'm not asking you to tell me who you voted for, when you got into that booth where you're like, if I vote for this, no, I'm not playing. I'm not being facetious. When you walked into that booth, did you go, I know enough about politics. If I vote for this clown, this guy that has no cognitive ability, we are in a lot of trouble. However,
that's exactly asking who I voted
however,
for.
Yeah, it is. Eric likes to do that.
However,
don't answer my question.
But I'm going to ask
no,
you this.
You don't have to tell me who you finally pulled the lever for. However, if I can't stand this other guy over here who has really done actually a pretty good job policy-wise, did you think that, or are you like, I just hate this guy so much?
I told you what I did. I told you I looked at people's before I vote because I don't news.
Yes,
this is the third time she has answered this question.
Then I need four.
I don't news. I look into the people. I research the people on my own, and then I decide who I'm going to vote for. Do I vote a straight party ticket? I do not. I know that makes a lot of people mad.
Let me ask you this: did the guy you vote for, is he now making you feel queasy to your stomach?
This is. I'm not going to ask you who I'm voting for.
But because Trump might be making you feel queasy to your stomach, living the life down in Mar-a-Lago. But did the guy that you voted for, you're like, damn, I can't believe I did that?
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there.
And Pam sums it up pretty well.
Trump needed.
I know. I'm trying to bail her out. I'm trying. Trump needed to shut up. There is no doubt. But he cared so much about America. He was a man of action, and that's where it was so difficult because he didn't play the political game. Then Glenn asked me, so Vic, are you saying that Joe Biden made the prices go up to $6 a gallon? Guess what? When you're the manager.
Oh, absolutely.
When you're the owner, when you're in charge, it all falls on you. And you had the former president predict what was. Last week we ran sound where the former President Trump also predicted that Ukraine would be invaded by Russia if Biden was president.
Sure did.
We ran the sound. I mean, I'm just, hey, it just.
You can't write this stuff,
I'm a man of black and white. And if you see the black and white predictions and the truth coming true, man, you have to talk about it, whether you like a Republican, a Democrat, an independent or not. We're just showing you the facts.
This all started in Afghanistan, by the way. You had China, Iran, you had Russia all looking at us cut bait and with our tail between our legs, and everyone was like, if you're going to do something, now's the time to do it. If you're going to do something, if you're going to take Ukraine, now, do it now. Go. 3, 2, 1, go. Russia's like, Taiwan, 3, 2, 1, we better get this thing. Because this guy, come on, man. He's a weak leader. If I was the president right now, I would come out and say, look, here's the deal. We are going to up the ante here in the United States. If we need a little bit more oil, I might call Venezuela. Maybe.
We got the energetic Eric this morning.
I'm the pissed off Eric.
No, this is
me too.
You got no. You're healthy.
I'm getting mad. Hold on. I'm
serious.
Hold on. I'm seriously pissed right now because I had to see on television women and children dead in a goddamn street in Ukraine. That's why I'm pissed.
And Zelensky is now saying it's because of the no-fly zone being rejected by the West.
Excuse my language, by the way.
We get it. I'm with you, Eric. That's right. Take a swig of that water, baby. That H2O's got you going. I love it. All right. This is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio anywhere. It's what we do. It's The Edge. Jump in on the Facebook line, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. Jump in, get your opinions in. And, of course, Angela always likes a phone call, 636-695-2915. We're just getting started. A lot more to get back right after this.
Edge morning traffic. St. Charles County drivers are on the move this morning. Most of the problem spots are in St. Louis County. The only slow spot on 70 in St. Charles County is eastbound approaching Highway 79. Over on the 270-255 loop, problems through the Bridgeton area. That's from a crash near McDonald. It's causing a big westbound jam. 3 lanes are closed to traffic and the backup takes you to Washington Elizabeth. 64 eastbound, traffic slows through the Chesterfield area and again through the Brentwood area. 270 northbound is heavy from I-55 up to Manchester. 70 eastbound, some delays as you make your way into the depressed section downtown. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge morning traffic.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank & Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank & Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
With everything going on today, it's easy to forget to take care of ourselves. Compass Health Network is here to help. We provide a wide range of mental health, primary care, and dental services for the entire family. Whether you need to talk to a therapist, get a routine health checkup, or have a filling replaced, Compass Health Network is here for you in person or virtually. Call 844-853-8937 to schedule an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. If you love the sports like me, you get annoyed with your team or player. So Progressive's going to help take your mind off your team or that player for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they lost that thing recently, think about Progressive letting you compare our direct rates side by side with competitors to easily find the lowest option. Don't worry, your sports ball team or player will get him next time. Hope this distraction from Progressive about easily comparing rates was helpful to not think about that last game or match or season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
All right, interesting selection of music coming on in. There you
Ready
go.
for haunted house season.
I know you are, dude. We're still getting into. Dude, it's only March. Let's get ready for St. Patrick's Day first, okay?
I know.
That's coming up. We gotta get ready for that.
Thriller.
Spring breaks. Hey, by the way, people, there are a lot of people go to Rosemary in Florida over spring break. It's kind of St. Louis South. If you didn't know that yet.
Oh yeah.
And it has been weather next week. It's
Stop.
supposed to be colder in Florida than it is St. Louis. People who don't go on the spring breaks are always like,
Yeah.
that's the human
I'm cool
nature.
with that.
Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight.
I'm sorry.
Angela Sharp. I'm Big Faust of Fox 2. Mandy was telling me that. She's like, did you know that next Wednesday when I head down to Florida, it's going to be warmer in St. Louis than it is in Florida?
Yeah, sucks to be you.
I was like, no, it doesn't. It's really good to be Mandy. It really is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think so. So anyway, welcome back to the show, guys. Hey, we love it when you join the show. We invite you in every morning. Thanks again for the comments. Thanks again for the great conversation that we have. Hey, we can agree to disagree, and that happens a lot of the time. We're on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Of course, share the show. ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com is where you can take us wherever you go. Before we talk about the other things that we had going on, did any of you guys see the special we did last night on Fox 2?
I did.
On Pam Hupp?
I did.
Oh yeah.
I was just captivated by it because I watch news a lot. So what Chris,
I find the story fascinating.
it is what Chris Hayes did with Dave Sharp, our photographer, was nothing. It was one of the best local productions of a story I've ever seen.
I didn't see that. I mean, I know the story.
You said I did.
No.
No, it was 10 years put in.
When did that
to
happen?
30 minutes. It started in 2012 when Pam Hupp committed her first murder.
That was with her mom.
Fascinating. It's just fascinating that somebody could kill so many people and only get caught really on the last one.
And here, Eric, you're always wanting in-depth stories, investigative pieces.
Mm-hmm.
This was we took 30 minutes of an entire newscast because we have an hour and did it. So that's where you get every single fact. And it broke down how Lincoln County screwed things up.
Oh.
How they
did.
No, they did. And how
the old administration.
Yeah, and then a new sheriff came into town, and then you had who's the new DA, Ron Wolf, or the new DA, Lincoln County. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Mike
Wolf, Mike Wood, Ron Wolf. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He came and it was fascinating, and there is a national. So they made a national show out of it too, because as Angel said, it became so fascinating. Just major kudos to Hayes, to Chris Hayes and Dave Sharp and Fox 2 for
He
putting
will
that
get
together.
to Elliot Davis status one day, by the way.
Maybe.
However,
but
not
literally,
now.
Literally, the
Not
work
now.
that Fox 2 did got Russ Free out of jail.
Yeah.
And you're talking about, and there are so many others who were in jail for crimes that they did not commit. And this was one guy that we got to see. And then this woman ended up killing another guy because she was able, Pam Hupp that is, able to stay free. And it was just a money-hungry, crazy
I know,
situation.
she's almost a serial killer in a weird way.
Well, she talked about that. And Chris Brooks-
know. Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris,
I got to watch this.
She had made some comments. It'll keep you captivated.
Yeah, but she makes herself, when she talks like, she's no Ted Bundy. Come on.
Is that what she said?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Didn't she start with her mom? Didn't she?
No, that was second, I thought.
That was number 2? That she dragged her over to the banister and threw her over?
Because it was impossible for her elderly mom who walked in a cane to have enough force to bust through a railing where you had only the vertical.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer. That was a murder. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the epitome of evil she was, and it's on. It should be on Fox 2. People are asking me, can we go back and watch it? I think if you go to fox2now.com, you can see the
was fascinating.
the full show. I was amazed because that happened before I even came back to St. Louis in 2015. And I was like, what's going on? Why is there so much interest in all of this?
Mm-hmm.
And then Joel Schwartz, who is, with Scott Rosenblum, he was the attorney and could not believe that Russ Faria was convicted the first time. But guess what? The jury didn't get to see that Pam Hupp was listed as the beneficiary on the insurance policy because the judge suppressed it, the first one. It was insane, the things that happened. And this man went to jail for 3 years for something he didn't do after his wife had been murdered.
Well, Joe wrote a book about it, did he?
They're right. Yeah, they wrote it now,
Yeah.
so it's out there. Just fascinating. Betsy was the first, then Mom, then Gumpelberger. Because then she started trying to pin the crimes on Russ after he got out.
I lived in a house. Did you know this? I lived in a house with Walter Scott. Do you remember Walter Scott? He did the song "The Cheater." He was in a band.
I don't know.
And he was murdered and put into a cistern in St. Charles County. Do you guys remember that? No, he was. So I was in a house.
Oh yeah, you told me this. You told us the story, but I didn't remember that was him.
Yeah, I was in a house. Literally, you would watch the ID channel or Discovery, whatever.
Meaning he lived in the house, Angela.
I owned it.
Like with him?
No, this is many years later. Many years later.
Okay.
But I owned the house, and every now and then you would watch the ID channel, or you would watch Travel Network, or you would watch Discovery, and I would see my house flash on the screen.
How creepy. Oh, how creepy.
Because of this murder that happened many years ago.
Yeah, Eric talked, he's like, my house is haunted.
Oh, that's so creepy.
It was creepy. And one day, the guy that was doing the electrical work for the house was cheating on Walter Scott with the wife, and he was the one that murdered Walter Scott. And one day, we were putting the cable in, cable TV, and the cable man found the murder weapon. He pushed up one of these drop ceiling things. He goes, I don't know what this is, but you might want it. And it was the head of an axe that they were looking for. Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
So I'm just saying the Pan Huff thing is destined to be on the ID channel.
I cannot find it on our website. People are asking me now, I'll try to find it.
Women love the ID channel. They love the stories. It is just fascinating that something that is real life could be doing that. This isn't like a Harlequin novel.
You know what else?
It's crazy. They
love
that
part
stuff.
of the story that I didn't know we interviewed a woman who was a target. Pam Hupp tried to get her to get in the car.
Yes, I saw that part.
Because they said she was going to kill her and dump her body in Russ Faria's yard or near the woods. And so there was a house security video of the interaction taking place. She's like, I still get chills thinking about that. That she was trying to pick me up to get me in the car to go kill me. Saying that she was a producer for a TV series and they wanted to use her, film her, something of that nature.
Creepy.
Don't get in the car with strangers.
By the way, Paul says the son of that guy that helped kill Walter Scott rolled on his dad when he got arrested in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
What year was that?
It was in 80. It was in like early 80s, like 82, 83, 84.
Tracy says unbalanced women are obsessed with the ID
I
channel.
know.
Well, I'm obsessed.
I don't know why.
I'm obsessed with reels now, and I don't watch TV, but I love stories.
Me too.
But now I'm obsessed with reels.
I'm right there
and
with
I was
you.
telling you last
Reels
week.
is basically just TikTok.
Well, who cares? It is awesome.
No, they're actually no. Reels on TV.
Never mind. I was thinking the same thing. Angela. Give me some, Angela.
Reels on Instagram is what it sounded like.
I know what reels are. No, this is REELZ.
No, I've never heard that.
The Reels channel, because they do all of the backstories. And for the last month, they've been doing all of these rock star actor backstories where you actually get to know the background.
Like behind the music?
Behind the scenes. Absolutely. Yeah. And they are fascinating. The stories are fascinating. I come in and I start telling Eric all the knowledge. He's like, oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was blown away by that Vince Neil was probably the biggest jack ever to.
They all were back in the 80s, though, man. Every rock star that you think you loved was a
the
jack.
Bon Jovi was nice, but he was just the leader.
I like how you called him the Bon Jovi.
Meaning the leader.
The Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
The Bon Jovi.
I mean, I have my own. I know where all the.
Julie says same Reels channel. I mean, it's fascinating.
Turn me on to that. I'd love to see it.
It is. I'll let you know. They just have a lot. They have a lot of really good. But it's reporting.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really love. So, anyway, thanks for joining us on the show. I just wanted to give some kudos to Chris Hayes, Dave Sharp, our videographer, and Fox 2 for putting that show together because it is amazing. And it was the real story that I don't think you're going to see on this national production that NBC is running. I think it's on tonight. NBC has.
Oh, is it on tonight?
Yeah, Pam Hupp has the story.
It's Renee Zellweger, right?
Yeah, Renee Zellweger as Pam Hupp. You didn't know that, Eric?
I did not.
No, she looks like her too.
Really?
Yes.
Whatever they've done to Renee, yeah, she looks like her.
Wow. Okay.
No,
We're big time here in Lincoln County, baby.
Well, no, Lincoln County cleared house and got things rolling in the right direction after that situation, which was good to see, and that's what we were reporting about. Okay. From the Facebook line, Danny disagreed. He's like, Vic, I don't think that Biden's the one who made gas prices go to $6. Hey, you can't. It's not a tangible thing where you can prove yes or no. But when you look at the graph from the month he came in, gas has gone straight up every single month. Yeah. Look at the gas graph. It goes straight up, 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 up. And guess what? The difference between $5 a gallon, $6 a gallon, it was still more than doubling, and then in some cases tripling from where we were before. Yeah. And it has direct parallel to the gas.
And you know what? Here's what sucks. Let me tell you what really sucks. Yeah, you're going to pay $25 more in your gas tank. Here's what sucks, Angela. You used to be able to go to the store, not you because you don't eat gluten, but you used to be able to go to the store and pay $1.89, $2 for a loaf of bread. Wait till that thing goes up to $4.25 a loaf of bread.
Right now we're on our way.
Yes.
What is I don't, like you said, I don't purchase bread. So what was bread maybe 5 months ago, and what is bread now? Like
I don't know off the top of my head, but
it's considerably higher.
Yeah, meat
I noticed
has doubled in some cases.
Meat is insane.
If it goes in the back of a semi-tractor trailer, it's going up. That's the thing. Here's a real key for inflation. Go see what the diesel prices are, which is different from unleaded and premium.
God, diesel.
Diesel's insane
right now. Well, that's the next
now.
problem that we have. The truck drivers are now talking about the diesel prices and how something's going to have to give.
Yeah, they'll do the job, but they're not doing it for free.
Yeah, we interviewed a fruit farmer yesterday who said, our grapes, we have to put the prices somewhere.
Exactly.
It's going to go up. Expect your prices to go up so much so that when you see the price, it's sticker shock.
Yes.
Like, what the hell happened?
Yep.
It goes right back to the diesel gasoline that the truckers are having to use to carry the product around the country. It's very simple. This is why this is a national problem, major problem.
Unless I was going to Walmart to buy a trampoline or a television, I never in the history of going to Walmart spent $300 on any charge. I have now done that twice. I've now paid $300 at Walmart twice, and this was for groceries and the essentials.
Did it let you write a check?
No.
Going back to my story.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I need a rain check over here.
Schnucks would. I am still bitter that Schnucks wouldn't let me write a $300 check.
I don't think you can write a check at Walmart because there's nobody to check you out. It's just self-check.
It is. Good. She makes a
Oh,
good
you know
point.
what they did? When I went last week for the first time, I was like, why do I have to check myself out? I don't work here.
No.
Yes, you have to work there now.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell? What's going on with that? Oh, by the way, I missed the joke. Danny was actually agreeing with me initially on the gas prices going up. I'm so sensitive and I don't want to upset anybody that I was apologizing and trying to make he was actually agreeing. Danny, thank you. Yes, I did miss your joke. Sorry.
We're very sensitive around here, guys. Be
Drew
careful.
says one man has control of the whole world. Really? When President Trump was in office, you blamed Trump for everything. I'm just being fair. I'm just
I
being
didn't
fair.
blame Trump for anything, did you? I blamed.
No, but when President Trump was in office, Drew used to say it was Trump's fault. Basically,
What was
everything.
Trump's fault?
Everything
What
that
exactly
was,
was
going wrong.
Trump's fault?
COVID.
Low taxes?
COVID.
$2.20 for a gallon of gas? I mean, I can go on. The embassy in Israel being moved to Jerusalem. You want me to go on? How about trade, fixing trade differences between the U.S. and China? I mean, I can go on if you want me to.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, go ahead.
This answers your guys' questions, Angela. Robert says wheat up over 50% in 3 months.
Wow, okay.
That'll tell you about the prices.
That's what I asked.
Look, Angela Sharp, if all she needs is an electric car, and she's like, I don't give a damn.
Listen, I don't want an electric car. Stop with your electric car.
All
that's
she
the
needs.
one thing that's going to tick me off.
She doesn't
don't
eat
want
gluten.
an electric car.
She doesn't need.
She
doesn't need bread.
don't want an electric car, and I don't like the fact that it's been forced down my throat. But I do believe this is all the plan. I believe this has been the plan from the beginning.
How about the cars?
Go. No, hold on. Let her go.
I
Keep
am
going.
one of those people that believes this was all the perfect plan. If I can't afford gas, I have to get an electric car.
Yep.
If I can't afford food, you have to give me money for food, and I have to do what you tell me to do. What was that book that I read in high school, 1890, 1989? What was that book?
1984.
1984. I knew it was a
Orwell.
date. Yeah, that book. And then we just become that book, and the thought police
Kids
come
don't
and
get to
me.
read that book anymore.
Did they not? Can you guys read that book?
That's a history book now.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Orwellian is like past tense.
The
That's
car
funny.
that I had previous was half gas, half electric.
Okay.
I loved it. There's a combo. Everybody can be happy,
I
right?
don't want that.
I'm embarrassed for you
See,
right
but
now.
that's your.
I'm embarrassed.
That's your.
that.
But that's your type of philosophy, though. Well, why don't we do this and do that, and everybody can
No,
be happy?
I've never
No.
wanted everybody
That's
to
not
be
what
happy.
she's saying. That's
I've
not
never
what she's
wanted
saying.
everybody to be happy.
She's not saying
I like
that.
This is
I've never
good
wanted everybody
stuff.
to be happy. I want to be happy. The rest of you guys are not my concern.
Keep just going.
I'm sorry, but that's
That's
sad.
so selfish.
The rest of you are not my concern. I am worried about the middle class
Me,
and the lower
myself,
class.
and I.
I do not care about anybody in the higher class. I
50
do not.
50% over 3 months for wheat. Jeff says he spent $25 last night on 4 pounds of corned beef.
Jeez. What?
$25 on 4 pounds of corned beef. That's not prime rib. That's corned beef.
He's getting ready for the St. Patty's
St.
Day.
Patty's
I don't
Day.
know what that normally costs.
Oh, it's not $25.
See,
No
Angela
way.
is looking at this through the sphere of I don't know what you like, Chargers, Dodge Darts. You like the
Trans Ams.
Trans Ams, right? It'll definitely redefine what a Charger is.
Absolutely.
Because
that's true.
You have to plug the damn
Can't
thing
go
at night.
racing. I can't go racing. What is going on?
So I see Angela. Everybody has their battle that will get them to the fight, and Angela's is not bread. It's not the price of gas because she's independently wealthy. It's not.
It's meat. Meat is kind of
it's
ticking me
not-
off a little bit.
It's meat, and the fact that she can't drive her Slant Six or her her Charger or whatever the hell it is.
Yes.
Fast down the highway. So this is
Exactly
what
accurate.
pisses her off. So when
you can't drive fast at all because the faster you go,
Yeah.
then you start to burn more gas. So in theory, you should drive under the speed limit to save gas, and that is not my thing.
and in the state of Missouri, you can't drive fast because you will destroy your car with the potholes. But
Well,
that's a different
okay,
thing altogether.
Yeah, that's a total,
Here's another
now
interesting
I start
point.
knowing where they're at.
Cindy
though.
brings up, what about the school buses? They're diesel.
Exactly.
I
How
guess
much does
no-
it cost to
Yeah.
take your kids to school
I
now?
guess nobody's going to be getting a raise because of the change in diesel fuel.
Tell that to Governor Parson,
and there were
who's
three
trying to give them
major-
raises all over the place.
And there were 3 major school districts that had problems in shortages of bus drivers as we started the school year as well.
Yeah.
Melissa, everyone is on edge nowadays. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's where we are with that.
Everyone's on edge these days.
Robert
But
says we
that's
could all
why-
be driving golf carts.
But that's why we need the little kids to
You know how
call
long
us
it'll
every.
take me to get here if I'm driving a golf cart here?
Yeah, you know what? Angela's pissed off with electric cars to talk. So
Oh,
so
see?
AOC,
I
wait.
don't- I
So-
don't mind if you have an electric car.
Amen.
I don't want you to force me to have an
So
electric car.
AOC basically pisses
Well,
you
yeah.
off, right?
Yeah, because she's really gun ho on this electric
Yeah.
thing.
So she's a moron, no doubt. And I'm not calling names. That's an observation.
I mean, I have very good friends that are very pro electric vehicles.
I'm pro-electric. Wait a
They
minute.
are not psychos.
Let me clear something up. You will never a Charger will never beat an electric car off the starting line. It will just not happen. They are so fast, it's unbelievable. But you should have the opportunity to buy a Lamborghini if you want to,
Absolutely.
Sure.
right?
Yeah. No, I mean, this is what I was talking about. Jeannie says, don't get an electric car, get a hybrid. I had a hybrid, and this is what mine did. My car charges while I'm driving, do not need to charge, and I get 600 miles per tank of gas when it's running on hybrid.
And let's also bring this into the conversation. Some of the most
I loved it.
Some of the worst substances in the world are lithium batteries. Put those things
Correct.
in a landfill for the next 25
Lithium-ion
years.
batteries.
Right.
And they're running the world right now.
And there's also discussion about cars that instead of you going to a charging station, you just swap out your battery with someone. So you have to build more batteries, lithium-ion batteries and cobalt batteries that will absolutely decimate landfills. It's almost worse than nuclear waste in some ways. So these people are not really thinking through their policies very well.
And before we take the phone call, Robert, let me know what you mean by this is great. Remember tires, plastics, and bowling balls, Chris, etc.
Oh, come on.
So what do we got? We have somebody on the line?
Yeah, so Chris from Wright City wants to talk to Eric about Mopars.
Mopars? Okay. Yeah. Oh, my God. If I said slant six and I offended somebody, go ahead.
How long is this call?
Oh, my God. Eric, you just mentioned a slant six and powerful hot rods in the same
I'm
sentence.
sorry. I'm sorry. All right? I'm not a mechanic.
Are you kidding me right now?
I know I defended a lot of people. I'm sorry. How about a straight 8? Is that good?
There you go.
A straight 8. I mean, you... Eric, dude, you got to educate yourself on cars. Man.
All right.
I'm
sorry.
Roll up on that stage in a 446 pack with a big cam and say, "Hey, crowd, let's party."
There you go.
This is a hot rod.
Hey, at least he knows bass guitar, so we'll give him
exactly.
that. And then everything else, well,
I apologize for my slant sake. I guess that would be like a Saturn or something like that. Who knows?
Thanks for the call, Chris.
For the future generation, I'd much rather be banging gears than going through the automatic transmission of an electric car saying, "Wow, I do absolutely nothing at all."
Yes.
It's still weird not to hear a car driving by you. I'll tell you that much. There is no doubt about that. Chris, thanks again for giving us a call and I guess keeping Eric
I
in
knew
check.
that was coming. I was like, I really don't know what I'm talking about.
But I'm going to say like I do. That's right. Our listeners keep us on track, all of us. They do.
Yeah,
They'll call us out. We
Sorry,
appreciate
dudes.
it, I think. Hey, you're listening to the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. So much more to get to. That might have been one of the fastest hours ever. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, the Angela Sharp on Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more, your news headlines, your sports updates as well, right after this.
Edge morning traffic. It's been a rough drive on 270 westbound up in North St. Louis County this morning, and the delays continue. A spin-out crash is still blocking a lane to traffic near McDonald Boulevard, causing a 6-mile backup for westbound drivers. Those delays start at West Florissant. St. Charles County drivers are on the move still on I-70, I-64, 370, and 364. A crash reported 270 northbound with a lane blocked approaching 6440, and a new accident getting into downtown on 55. That one's northbound after Arsenal. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge morning traffic.
The Edge Morning Show. Yeah, we know we don't start as early as the other shows because we're a lot smarter.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hi, my name is Takia, and a little thing that I love about the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is when I take a bite, it's the perfect blend from the bacon to the cheese. It's perfection.
Hey, I'm Katora, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is it kind of melts in your mouth, so you know it's creamy, cheesy, and delicious. This gooey mac makes me cheese every time.
Order dinner delivered on the Chick-fil-A app today. Delivery fee and other restrictions apply. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray on this Tuesday. Still dealing with a bit of a changeable sky, a mix of clouds and sun. It's still a chilly day, below average temperatures, but a little better than yesterday. 49 for the high. Tonight, more clouds in place, 30 for the overnight low. Wednesday, lots of sunshine. It's a cold start Wednesday morning, but warmer Wednesday afternoon, 55 for the high. Thursday, partly sunny, 59, 60. Then here comes that flip. Friday, it's cloudy, it's colder with snow, sleet, and rain. Some accumulation I'm expecting on Friday of snow and sleet, though I don't think it's a monster storm by any means. 38 for the high. We have to be fighting the ground temperatures. They're warm, and just the overall atmosphere does not produce itself to be a major snowstorm. But we've got snow, sleet, and rain around on Friday. Saturday, sunny and 35. Sunday, sunny and 55. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
River River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. 9 o'clock time for your morning headlines. The Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act passed the U.S. Senate unanimously. It passed through the House last month as well. It's going to the president's desk. He'll sign that into law. He was the African-American 14-year-old boy in 1955 who was kidnapped and murdered by two white men. They were tried for Till's murder, however, acquitted. They did later admit to killing Till. So this was a bill that somebody wanted to put through so that lynching is not allowed in the United States. Also in the headlines this morning, a woman was rescued from a serious fire it was a building that was burning in the Marine Villa neighborhood. No word on her condition. There was a rescue crash at closed lanes in the Bell Fountain neighbors area this morning. That happened probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock. St. Louis businesses are getting part in Tuesday's proceeds to the Ukrainian causes. You can read about that on fox2now.com. Governor Parson is leading a trade mission to Ireland in the United Kingdom. It's typical for governors to do that, to bring more business back to the Missouri area. Something that might get Eric's attention. A funding bill working its way through Missouri for charter schools. That's in the work in the state of Missouri. We'll keep you posted on that. A teen boy and female security guard were shot outside of a South City hospital. And we're still waiting on conditions to be delivered from that standpoint. Also, the real truth about Pam Hupp. 3 deaths, 2 questionable investigations, and 1 woman at the center. You can watch that video. It's on fox2now.com. Just go to our homepage. It was a 30-minute special that we aired last night. And police are also investigating 4 overdoses and 1 death at the same residence at a South St. Louis home. That's Look at Your Morning Headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
This is Sharp on Sports. Now, here's Angela Sharp.
Well, today is Tuesday, and if the MLB doesn't come to some sort of agreement by the end of the day today, more games will be canceled, which means your Cardinals home opener is on the cutting block. The Green Bay Packers have made a significant long-term contract offer to Aaron Rodgers. They call it and that's something that would alter the quarterback market, but no word on how much money that actually is yet. The St. Louis Cardinals have revealed who is up for nomination for the Cardinals Hall of Fame. You've got Matt Holliday, Matt Morris, Edgar Renteria, and a couple other guys. You can check that out and start your voting now. And the WNBA fined the New York Liberty $500,000 and is considering revoking their franchise because they use charter flights to get the players to games, actually making the players more comfortable than other teams. That's your sports. Oh, the Blues play tonight, too. Puck drops at 7.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Welcome back to the show. 9:04 is our time. It is Tuesday, March 8th. You're listening to The Edge, truly the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust from Fox 2. Aaron, I don't understand the reference, but I hope you explain it. Quote, was Angela in the movie My Cousin Vinny? Kudos to anyone that gets the reference. I only remember Marissa Tomei.
Movie, so I don't get the reference.
She was the main actress, right?
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei.
Her biological clock is ticking. Remember that? Maybe that's it. I don't know. I know what it is. She was an expert in cars.
Oh.
Remember that?
That's
she
right.
was the witness.
And she talked like that when the accent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that is.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, if Eric is right, then he got your reference.
Thank you. We can break it down here. No matter what.
As long as you don't say slant 6 in a Mopar.
I'm sorry. Okay. I understand.
That
I
was
get
funny.
it. I understand.
One of the headlines from my news segment this morning was the Emmett Till. John Parker says, it took 67 years for this country to pass an anti-lynching act. Incredible. Thank God the kind of people responsible for Emmett Till's death are dead and gone. Oh, wait, the kind of people responsible for Emmett Till's death are dead and gone. Only if this were true, Ahmaud Arbery would still be alive, because the truth is they aren't gone per se. They just pass the hate down to their next generations. Well, Robert responded back, just stop with the crap, Robert. Or stop with the crap, John. You're promoting it by not letting the past go. Focus on the future. That's what leaders do.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just to get the stuff out there. So anyway, we appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Fastest 2 hours morning talk radio, 100.7 The Viper, Facebook, share the show. We love it when you do as well. President Biden's supposed to have a press conference at 9:45. That's when he is supposed to announce that we're cutting off the imports from Russia, 10% of our oil that we bring in to try to help with Ukraine. We haven't talked about Ukraine today. Zelensky is begging the West for the no-fly zone. We still don't have it. He's actually now saying that deaths of Ukrainian women and children, that blood is on the hands of the West for not helping with the no-fly zone. I'm just saying what he said. That's what he's saying because Russian jets are being allowed to fly in Ukraine and take out targets without any check from the United States. But if the United States did impose a no-fly zone, that means our jets would have to be over there flying the skies with the Russian jets, trying to monitor them. And then World War III does begin.
Right. I understand the frustration. And we're trying everything we can to get him help. Poland, we're giving him antiquated MiGs over in Poland. Then those guys will come and fly them. It's all convoluted. But the reality is if a NATO plane with a NATO pilot goes over that border, you've just now started a war with Russia. It'll start conventional. But as soon as someone starts to lose, it goes nuclear real quick. There's no such thing as a small nuclear weapon. You don't just nuke you don't nuke a subdivision. You nuke a country. So, yeah, I understand what Zelensky's saying. It sucks. Look, the thing about Putin, he's right now on the hook for war crimes.
Yes, he is.
He's on the hook now for not this being prosecuted as a legitimate war.
Correct.
He's now on the hook for if you do go in and take every city in Ukraine, let's say you go get all of the oil pipelines and you go get all the wheat generating this, that, and the other, and you walk your ass in there with the tanks that are painted with Z's on them. If you win, you now have the Hague or wherever the judicial system is for this. You now have a prosecutor that says, Putin, yeah, we're going to have to come arrest you. You are now a pariah on the world stage. Nothing you do from this point forward is you've broken international law. So, that being said, this is not 1941 anymore.
No, it's not.
He's basically a terrorist. There's no difference between Putin and the guys that flew airplanes into the World Trade Center. He's a terrorist. This is the world has changed, okay?
It has changed.
And it has a lot to do with social media. It has a lot to do with the way that millennials look at the world. It has a lot to do with what's going on in media. Now, he has completely shut down media in Russia. Putin has. So nobody knows what's going on outside of his little borders.
Well, they don't know everything, but you do have enough information getting in there where there were people protesting against what he is doing.
Exactly. So we're trying to look at this war that he's waged on Ukraine as something that's kind of like Germany versus France or Germany versus Poland as they walked into Europe. This is not the same thing. This is just not the same thing. He has no claim on Ukraine. He has no claim. Yes, it was where it was where the motherland started some many centuries ago, but it's over. So it would be kind of like Texas trying to walk into Mexico and say, we're taking this now. Well, nobody on the world stage would say, yeah, that's cool. No, it would be a war crime. It would be terrorism. It's not really a war. Just because you have the hardware, it doesn't mean that you're really in a war. It's something different, in my opinion. But it's also picking a fight with the guy that has 4,500 nuclear weapons.
Yeah, and you've got the United Nations is now saying that 2 million refugees have now come across the borders into
Unbelievable.
2 million. And there's many more waiting. Now there are reports of Russia's military bombing the cities and the escape routes now so that you can't get out of Ukraine.
How about putting mines down in those routes?
Mines have also been found on those roads that refugees are trying to leave in. And it's like, okay, all right, here you go. The more news that we get out, the worse that it gets. And then, of course, now we have more divisiveness between Republicans and Democrats as there are some liberal media people and Republican media people fighting because Republicans are saying that Democrats are now trying to liken their domestic political issues to that of what the Ukrainians are going through.
What?
Yeah. That
No, the only thing
because you had Stacey Abrams at the end of last week compared herself to Zelensky.
It's ridiculous.
And this is now, it's like, wait a second, don't follow the shiny object, don't follow the little ball around. It's like, stay focused on what's actually happening in the situation of Ukraine.
Okay. It's so stupid. You know that Z that's painted on everything? You know that it means in Russian.
Yeah.
It translates into victory or something like that.
A 20-year-old gymnast wore it at a competition.
It's becoming the new swastika.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally becoming this thing that if you wear it, you are the Nazi. You are the one that is invading. And it's going to be very interesting to see how how it kind of imposes itself in Russia and the younger culture. Is the younger culture going to go, nah, we're not having anything to do with this? Or are they going to go, we are patriots of Russia. We wear this thing proudly. This is fascinating. This is such a fascinating geopolitical thing to watch right now.
And it's affecting us, as we talk about, because part of what we're having to do now is because of this war, and that's stopping the imports of gas to Russia. One thing are importing from Russia. Where are we going to get the other gas since the president refuses to open the pipeline? Now Iran comes into the picture. So instead of giving the money to Russia, we'll be giving it to Iran, that 10% that we've been going to. And since it's a gas topic, your national average this morning is now $4.173 and climbing. That is now the national average. It's nearing $8 a gallon in L.A.
$8 a gallon.
John Kurga says gas is $4.15 a gallon now in St. Charles. And if people are planning on driving places, it's going to be very damn expensive. Then you start looking at, then go look at some airplane rides, and then you'll see how expensive they can be as well. Spring break's coming up. Summer trips people are trying to plan. And now we're still dealing with a lot of that that's going on.
So one thing I saw today, it used to be the norm to fill up most semi-tractor trailers used to be $899. Okay, you fill it up. I don't know how far it gets you, but all of your goods and service, all your goods are on that thing. It's $1,400 now. A truck driver pays $1,400 to fill up his tractor trailer when it's on empty. Now, move that along as you go across the country or from location to location. How much is it going to cost you for that PS5 that's not even in the back of the damn thing?
And yet we still refuse to drill.
It's so vital.
It's so vital. I'm waiting for an argument as opposed to why we shouldn't, because look what was happening when we were drilling here, when the pipeline was open.
I mean, does Biden? I know Biden is.
And you have to know how the stock market works as well.
Exactly. Well,
you have to understand.
You have to do
the
your
Dow.
own. Yeah, you have to educate yourself.
Yeah,
you have to.
But
you have to.
I know.
But
Danny says 380 in Lake St. Louis at 364.40.
Yeah, Mid Rivers, the QT at Mid Rivers Mall Drive there, right off the highway, was 378. I think that's what I got it at.
I went to the lake Friday and it was 421.
What?
Down at the lake?
What?
Yeah,
it was 391.
Yeah, let's talk. How about all those people that have boats down at the lake? How's that going to affect business?
Oh, it's crazy. I just saw a picture. Somebody filled up their boat. It was 500 gallons, and it was I want to say it was like $2,400.
Jeez. How long does $2,400 last you on the Lake of the Ozarks? Just an average.
It depends on how much you're driving.
Well, I get that, but
yeah, but I mean,
is that
on a big boat? You know, I mean, if you're on a cruiser, yeah, maybe a day.
No, stop.
Day and a half.
No,
2
Eric,
days.
it all depends on how much you run in that motor.
That can't be right.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
a full tank is a day's worth of.
Yeah, but you got to remember, a boat that holds that kind of fuel is going to have multiple engines. Some have 2, some have 3, some are unleaded, some are diesels. Yeah.
$2,400 is a day of partying on the lake?
At the most one weekend.
At the most a weekend.
Yeah, and that's what, if you're on somebody's boat,
wow,
offer to pay for
no
some gas.
doubt.
Right.
Seriously, I did
or you
that
ain't
last
getting
time.
on the damn boat.
No, I mean, seriously. You really should, especially this summer. I know people, they've got all the money in the world. Well, they don't always have all the money in the world. They don't. I was on a boat this last summer, and I saw the gas. I mean, it was like $980, and that's when
that's crazy.
The gas was low this last summer.
I know.
So myself and Elliot insisted on paying, even though he has a lot more money than we do. It's like, we're having a good time on your boat. It's like,
I guess if you have to ask, you can't afford it. I guess that's what they say, isn't it?
That is what they say, yeah.
If you have to ask how much this costs, you can't
Yes.
afford it. So I guess they can
Usually.
afford it.
Kurt says we may be buying some gas from Venezuela as well.
And Iran. And more Saudi Arabia oil, which now Elon Omar is pissed off about because of the I mean, it's
interesting
you
because
can't win.
everybody's pissed at everybody.
I
because,
know.
She came out, member of the squad, Omar, bitching at Biden because we're now going to maybe buy oil from Saudi Arabia, or we're asking Saudi Arabia for more oil. And she's like, well, look at all the atrocities that they're committing on the Yemeni people. And it's like, wait a second, what?
Mhm.
What?
You were buying it last week. What's the problem? Just upping the amount a little bit.
I did see this. Drew says it's going to hurt vacation plans. No doubt about that.
You think?
Robert says, I saw predictions of $200 a barrel oil is what he means by the end of March.
I did see that.
Fear mongering, hopefully. Yeah, I hopeful too. Tammy says staycation. There you go.
Staycation. Nobody wants a staycation. I'm sorry. We've been on staycation for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been on staycation for 2
yeah.
years. Come on, man.
Yeah, look at the pictures from the Soulard Mardi Gras party.
Yeah.
People want to get out and about and other places.
It's
There
true.
is no doubt that that's what's going on. And then Pam reminds us the fuel on the water is always expensive. I mean, really, you have to drive a fuel truck to the water to fill the tanks. Logistics, people.
I know. Yeah. Well, we're in an election year.
Well, midterms.
We're in an election year. Well, it's good enough. I mean, we'll start at the midterms.
I think this election is more important than the presidency.
Well,
president's only one guy.
Right now it is. You're right.
It's the firewall.
But there's executive orders, too. There
Yeah.
You have the executive order power. And we saw how many President Biden initiated immediately, one of which was the Keystone Pipeline, I thought.
There's so many layers to be pissed off right now. I mean, a month ago, I was pissed off at the crime in St. Louis. I don't even care about that anymore. I don't even care about that anymore. Because
crime is just going to get worse, and it's going to get worse everywhere because everything's more expensive.
Yes.
So if I
didn't even think about that.
If I'm down and out, and I have to pay $4 for gasoline, and I have to pay $19 for meat, it's easier money to go in your car and take whatever you've left open. And for whatever reason, and this goes for Webster Groves as well as out here, people love to leave their cars open and their garages open, and that's just a field day.
Isn't that crazy? That's such a shame, man. Because I guess my point is there's so many layers to be mad at the Democrats right now, or politicians in general, but mainly the Democrats. When you really start to go and do your research on why things are the way they are right now, whether it's CRT, which, again, a month ago I was super pissed off about, or crime in your local urban area, which you can go back and read the transcripts of this show. I've been always mad about that.
And you're going to continue to be
or
mad about
masking
it,
up citizens in liberal counties and not masking citizens in St. Charles County. I've always been mad about that. But this Ukraine thing, the way it's being handled, is like a bunch of rank amateurs. It is so. It's like a coach. You're losing the game at halftime, and your coach goes, "Yeah, just get a Gatorade, watch some MASH episodes. Don't worry about it." They're not doing anything proactively to get the team excited. Go, we're going to win this thing, and this is how we're going to do it.
Because when you see drilling would make an immediate impact, and you refuse to do it because of political standpoint.
Drilling would, getting some anti-tank missiles over there covertly, getting some anti-aircraft missiles over there covertly. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Hey, guys, protect your gas tanks in your cars. I saw a meme, and this made me think Todd is like, I guess she said thugs will start stealing gas. I saw a meme yesterday.
They've been stealing gas.
I was going to say, my friend had her whole truck
while you're asleep.
gas tank stolen.
Yeah, while you're asleep.
Wait a minute, what?
I was doing this.
What?
And you see a guy sucking on a hose.
Not that way. The guy who stole my friend's gas did it a way different way. So,
God.
We were down on Vandeventer in St. Louis. We were working a job.
Where were you at?
Vandeventer, St. Louis.
Okay, all right.
And she has a truck, and she parked a truck outside. I parked mine in a garage because I'm crazy.
Because you're smart.
Well, yeah, it turns out to be that way. We pulled up on the guy who had drilled a hole in her gas tank and was collecting the gas in like a tub.
Please tell me
underneath it.
this was at night.
It wasn't at night. It wasn't like dusk. Okay, so it was like getting dark, but it wasn't dark yet.
Well, why didn't you just pull up to him and say, "Hey, dude, why
We
are you
pulled
drilling
up-
a hole
we
into the
pulled
gas
up-
tank, just siphon it out?"
We pulled up behind. I was driving the car that we were in, so I pulled up behind him and like blocked him in, and he takes his little thing of gas and runs away. And
His
she
little
calls
thing
the
of
police,
gas?
and the police are like,
in a bowl.
Yeah,
Sorry.
especially in St. Louis.
But
This was
we
in
are
St.
talking-
Louis City, right?
We are
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Vandeventer in the city.
right, exactly. And
Well,
the,
we
and the
heard
police
Jane
were like,
Duker talk
sorry.
about the issues that police are dealing with yesterday. I mean, if a cop shows up and a guy's running away with a tray of gas,
But this was like probably
they're probably
8
not
years
gonna
ago.
chase.
Yeah, and this was 8 years ago. So now that's going to be even more, I would think, since gas is so high.
No, they should just throw a match at him. That'll stop him.
Chris.
I never
my
would have
God.
thought about that, but now that's in my brain. And do I go to jail for blowing somebody up?
No.
With your gas.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
Do I go
It's your
to I go to
gas.
jail for that?
What is the penal code for blowing someone up
Yeah,
with their own your
I
own
need
gas?
to know. Like they're stealing my gas. I throw a match. The car blows up. They blow up. Do I
Yeah.
go to jail for that?
I don't think so. That's protecting your own property.
That's right. It's
I
your
don't-
gas. You paid for it.
I feel like
Yeah,
there's-
where you paid for it.
I feel like somewhere along there's a
Uh-huh.
line that I'm blowing up people's probably against the rules. Probably.
You are literally thinking about this. You are
Well,
literally.
yeah, because I was the one driving when I
Yeah.
pulled up on this
That
situation.
that'd scare the. You know what?
And I didn't. Neither of us had a gun. Neither of you know what I mean. And we were, two little
A
girls.
gun? But
driving.
Eric, if I drove up with a friend and I saw my car or somebody else's car, that would scare me a little bit too. Because hey, would it be easy to get out and try to start a physical fight with somebody, and I protect the training that I've had? Fine, but you know what? You don't know who has a gun.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they have a knife, there's skills you can learn how to deal with a knife.
Yeah.
But a gun, there's not a damn thing you can do.
Not a damn thing.
So I would
Unless
be,
you have a gun.
Unless you have pull out a gun too, but then you're in a gunfight. Who
Well,
wants
that's
to be in a
okay.
gun? Yeah, no, you don't.
So I
need-
didn't have a gun.
Even if you're
and
good
it was,
with a
that
gun,
was a scary
it's hard to
situation.
dodge
It was like I
bullets.
don't know what to do with this, so I just blocked him in, and I saw him run away with his
His
tray of. I mean, and that
Yeah,
thing.
I'd be afraid. I would be. I'd be afraid if I saw that happening because I don't know what's going to happen after.
And to fix her gas tank cost an unreasonable amount of
yes.
money. So, yeah.
Well, how much was it? I literally have to know that.
I'll have to text her.
I
but it
mean,
was
do you
something
patch
like,
it?
No, they couldn't patch it. There was something like in the $4,000 range to
Oh
fix that.
my lord!
I'll text her. I don't know if
What
she's
is
up,
she
but I'll text
driving?
her.
Like a Maserati?
It was a
Jeez.
truck.
A truck?
$4,000 for a new gas
Yeah,
tank?
I'm texting her right now.
Kevin
Trying to
says, but
correct
hey,
her.
but Kevin says, hey, as long as you have your mask on, everything's going to be good.
Yeah. Just use that mask.
Do you have your mask on? Let's put our mask on first. Everything's going to be fine here.
Do
You
you,
know, I
think?
bet the criminals were happy as hell when they put out the mask mandate. Just wear a mask. Go in any business.
Well, this is what I said. I went to a bank and I had sunglasses on and a mask, and that was totally acceptable. And I was like, how?
Now, Angela, if we would have walked into a bank with the mask on 2 years ago, oh, God, they'd have called the cops on us.
True story.
Crazy how different things happen, right?
It really is. All right, it's fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you how much money, you're talking about mask. Just wait to hear how much money was spent on TV stations and promoting COVID vaccines. And these are the same TV stations that you're supposed to do, legitimate journalism on and give all sides of the issue. It'll blow your mind how much money's been spent.
Oh my god!
And it makes you think about it. And
I always think about it.
Do you?
Always. Isn't it ironic that Sam Page has pulled all the mask mandates off of everything now because we're in an election season?
No, it's because
Well,
there's no.
No, not well because anything. That's it.
In fairness, because all cases, I mean, the cases have dropped, hospitalizations have dropped.
Well, they were going to eventually, weren't they?
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
It just so happens to be in an election season.
Well, everybody got COVID because the vaccine didn't protect us from it. I mean, seriously, if you want to have a...
Didn't we try to say that?
Well, I mean,
like we did.
once
I
again,
mean, we
just
could have
be
run
fair.
St. Louis County.
Just be fair. Let's give all. Hey, cases are down. I can see why they would take the mask off.
Yeah.
Okay, but also we were also told that the vaccine would stop us from getting COVID-19, and it didn't.
It didn't do crap.
We were also told it would stop us from transmitting it,
Sons
and
of
it
bitches
didn't.
lied to us.
Well, you said that. Back with more of The Edge right after the show. The show 100.7 The Viper.
show live. Watch it live or anytime on demand. Details at ViperRocks.com or on Facebook.
Taco Bell presents a get-out-of-bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing on lemonade. How extreme! And oh, look at that, you just won the lottery. Is that a castle? Take the keys, it's your property. What's better than swimming in space? Just wait for the big reveal. It's Taco Bell breakfast and it's actually real. So it's time to wake up and bid your dreams farewell. Because toasted breakfast burritos are waiting for you, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
Journey in concert. Freedom Tour 2022, March 21st at Enterprise Center. Journey with very special guest, Toto. Tickets on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Don't miss Journey Live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom. How the world connects.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. You can catch us at ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. Always on Facebook at 100.7 The Viper. Angela likes phone calls at 636-695-2915. not those who just call Eric out for his.
No, I like those two. I like those two.
You like those two.
They just call to call me out.
And on YouTube at The Morning Edge. Some birthdays today. Remember Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Oh my goodness, yes, I do.
He's married to Sarah Michelle Gellar. They're still together. He's 46 today.
What's wrong with Sarah Michelle Gellar?
I never liked her.
Isn't she the witch?
She irritated me.
Isn't she the witch?
I heard she's a very
No,
sweet
that's
lady.
Sabrina.
Who?
Yeah, Sabrina.
She was the
Sabrina
vampire.
another blonde.
Oh, the vampire, the Slayer.
She was the vampire.
She was the Slayer.
One of my
vampires.
favorite shows from back in the day, Dawson's Creek. James Vanderbeek, 45 today. These guys are all like around my age. I thought they were younger. That's awesome.
No idea who any of these people are yet.
Well, James
What?
Vanderbeek plays himself or has played
He was
himself
in-
in a lot of shows.
He was
recently.
he was in the football movie. I guarantee. He was the quarterback.
Oh, what is that movie called?
Paper Lion.
No,
Stop it.
they wear blue jerseys.
I don't want to leave
jerseys?
the page, but somebody's gonna give it
That
to
was
us.
Keanu Reeves.
No, that was the.
No, that's a different movie.
No.
That's the Replacements.
That's
and
the
that's a different
Replacements.
movie.
And that was a great movie. My former news director, that was his favorite movie.
The
'Cause,
Replacements?
yeah, he saw himself as Gene Hackman and me as Keanu Reeves, and like he was leading me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you this news anchor. I mean, he would talk and use excerpts from the Replacements.
So you were
Because
a scab. What were you, a scab anchor?
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues.
I never saw it.
What?
Never saw
Oh my God!
Never
You've never
saw
seen
it.
it. Was
No.
oh my God, James
It's a
Vanderbeek.
10. It's a 10. That's a great movie.
It is. It really is. I
Hmm.
cannot believe you haven't seen. Go watch it. You'll like it, and you'll say, "Hey."
Okay.
Just like I told you to go watch Hot Tub Time Machine.
I've seen that.
Okay, I didn't think you had seen that before.
Paul Walker is also in Varsity Blues.
And you probably don't even know who Paul Walker is, do you?
No.
Yeah, you do. Fast and the Furious.
Paul Walker passed away in a car crash. You
Oh, the
don't
guy that
remember?
got killed in the Ferrari.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't never seen it.
I cannot believe you don't know who James Vanderbeek is,
I'm
and you've never
sorry.
seen Varsity Blues. That's all right.
I only watch good movies. Go, what's the next one? What's the next one?
Ouch.
Aiden Quinn, 63 today.
Who is that?
Oh my
I don't know
God.
that person either.
Actor Aiden Quinn.
Well, I probably know him from a movie role.
The one that they list is Elementary, but I'm not familiar with Elementary.
Hmm.
So anyway, there you
Remember
go.
back in the day when you knew who the stars were? When they would say Cary Grant, and you would go, well, I know Cary Grant. When they would say Frank Sinatra, you go, I know Frank Sinatra. When they would say Bob Hope, or when they would say Eddie Murphy, or when they would say Will Ferrell. These days, you don't even know who the stars, the celebrities are anymore. You can literally be walking on Rodeo Drive in Los Angeles and go, you know who that was?
No.
You know, this is true.
No, because
Rick.
of your age.
No, that is not.
But other younger people
no.
do know who the stars
no,
are.
back in the day, it
and
was
they're reality
no,
stars.
No, back in the day,
I think Vic's right on this one.
back in the day, if you were 6 years old or 600 years old, you would know who Frank Sinatra was, or you would know who Eddie Murphy
Well, yeah,
was,
but it's
or
different-
you
it's a
would
different
know, or you would know who
that's also
Brad
that's
Pitt
totally,
was.
That's totally
Brad Pitt
different.
Brad Pitt is
Right.
still
But
recognizable.
not the last time, but the time before when I was in Los Angeles, we would go down to, bougie places, stupid places that we couldn't afford. We'd just go walk around sightseeing, and someone would go, you know who that was? And I would go, who? And they would point to some guy with a beard and pants. I go, that's blah, blah, blah. I go, is he big? Is he
Yeah,
famous?
but Eric, you don't know.
I have
But you
no
don't
idea
know
who
a
that
lot
is.
of people anymore because you don't keep.
I
in
think that's
contact with
unfair.
them.
I guess my point.
No, that is accurate.
You've already told us that you don't know a lot of people who are. No,
I guess I know what you're saying.
and
it's
that
like,
comes with
right.
age, man. I'm not trying to be funny or stupid.
What I'm saying is back in the
My
day
dad
when you
went
were
through the same
real
thing, and
celebrity,
someday I'll go through it, but you're going through it right now.
when you were a real celebrity back in the day.
No, you can't. You can't disqualify their fame because you don't
Oh,
know
sure
them.
you can.
No,
Sure you can.
That's well said.
No, because okay, celebrity has smaller audiences then. Okay, back in the day, the audiences were worldwide.
But that's with everything. That's even the same with local news. You only had one option. You could only watch 3 channels. Now
Good
you can watch a
point.
bunch.
Thank you. Made my point for
and
me.
now
Thank you.
with movies.
Thank you.
With movies, and now stars
You're
are all
right.
over the place.
You're right. Larry Connors
But-
is a great example of that.
But younger
everyone knew
people-
Larry Connors,
But
right?
but younger people will know more of the reality stars. I'm just it
Correct.
doesn't mean people aren't superstars.
But the moms and the dads won't know who those reality stars are. See what I mean?
Maybe.
It's like this. It's like you guys
Depends
do.
on how hip your mom and dad are.
Correct.
And he's quiet. I
I
don't
guess
know how
sometimes
we
I
did
got.
that, but
Sometimes
we-
I got to think about it. Sometimes I have to think about it. But anyway, I'm just saying, it's like when you read the birthdays.
John
and you're-
Parker always says this when he has said this at least 4 times. He goes, Eric, for God's sake, Ricky and Lucy aren't sleeping in separate beds anymore. Going back to, it's like a lot of the analogies you give are from the 60s, 70s
No
and TV
doubt.
shows.
No
MASH,
doubt.
MASH episodes from the 80s.
Look, I love to.
Yes.
Look,
There's 500 channels on TV. It's the same thing that, yeah. So I do see your point, Eric, but that doesn't mean people aren't popular. It just means that
I'm not
it's a
saying this
different
is a
audience.
good thing. I'm not saying it. Look, there's more choices. The buffet has gotten bigger. That's
and there's
cool.
also more ways to be a celebrity. You can be TikTok
Yes.
famous. You can be Instagram famous. You can be
Yeah.
TV
Yes.
star famous. You
Yes.
can be news famous.
My niece follows TikTokers that are influencers.
Correct.
I would have no idea who this person is, but they're multimillionaires.
Yeah. And teen and Eric and teens.
Right. Yes.
Teens.
Yes.
And the other interesting thing is people don't watch sitcoms anymore. And if you look
Good
at
point.
if you look at
Yes.
NBC, CBS, NBC, Fox,
Yeah.
they don't produce a lot of really good programming anymore. It's not Thursday night TV like it was in the 80s or 90s
know.
on NBC. Times have changed.
Yes.
Look at all the Netflix, look at Prime Video, look at Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the shows that you can do. You have it at your fingertips, which is why you even put news stories on the web.
Right.
And that's where that started. And that's people get it when they want it. And that's where advertisers are trying to check in and figure it all out, at least from the news business.
Dude, yes.
Because
This is-
people
this
still
is-
people still consume news. Lots of people, they just may not be sitting down to watch it anymore, but they'll get it on their phones.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's crazy what has
Yes.
changed. But yeah, that's what's going on.
Well, think about this.
So-
It's like my niece, who I always talk about, she might be looking at an influencer that has more audience than CNN. Think about that for a second.
I'm sorry.
I got to hear what you're laughing about now. Go ahead.
John Parker says, "Hey, if you want to see Larry Connors, just go to the casino."
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure him and Dick Ford are just hanging.
Leave Dick's at home. Dick's not going to be at a casino.
What's
I can
Karen
promise
Foss
you.
up to these days?
But one of my favorite stories when I came back, a former co-anchor of mine and I, we were at a function. I can't remember who the function was, retirement party or something. And Dick and his wife and myself and this other guy who used to be here, we weren't on the private invite list at Fox 2. So I took Dick and his wife down to Napoli.
Wow.
And it was a summer night and it was packed. I mean, it was packed outside.
yeah.
We walk up, they literally get us a table and added a table.
Right.
And for the next two, and just listen, Dick, tell us stories.
Yeah.
And this is how
Yeah.
it was back in the day. My God, I can't believe life how it is now. And he was a legend here. And I can't tell you how many, maybe 10 pictures that Dick had to take of people coming up and
Sure.
wanting to take pictures. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes.
I just got to town like 2-3 months ago and I'm on the patio at Napoli with Dick Ford and everybody thinks it's the greatest thing
Sure.
ever.
St. Louis loved their broadcasters. They
Well,
did.
that's in every town.
No,
Yeah, it
St.
is.
Louis
No,
was
Eric-
much different.
Eric-
I'm telling you, Vic.
Eric in Detroit, it was every bit the same, if not
Okay.
larger.
Yeah, before Vic even got here, I had
Huge.
a friend of mine messaged me and was like, "You should be friends with this guy. He's so nice." And I obviously didn't know him at all until really this show, but I just thought it was really funny. That,
Oh, you're talking about me?
yeah, I'm talking about you. My friend Linda messaged me and sent me your photo and said, "You should be friends with this guy. He's moving to St. Louis and he's the best." And I love it, but I think she might have met him in real life once.
Right.
You know, but she
Vic
just
is
thought
on
he
an
was the
escalator
best.
to Successville, no doubt about it.
Yeah. I
Vic
think
is definitely
I think
there.
I've plateaued out.
I don't think so. Keep
I've
going,
hit
babe.
the peak here in St. Louis.
But St. Louis was the city of Jack Buck, city of Bob Costas. This was the city of Dick Ford, like you said. It was this town, and I've lived in a lot of cities in the United States. I've been to a lot of cities in the United States. This town had something special about it. It did.
Well, broadcasting, absolutely.
It
but
did.
I'm not trying
Harry
to-
Carey started here?
I'm from here, but I'm telling you, in Detroit, arguably the best
you're
local
right.
news anchor
Yeah, right.
ever
Yes.
was Bill Bonds. This
Okay.
guy challenged the city mayor to a fight on TV and people still talk about it in the year 2022, post-death of Bill Bonds. The movie Anchorman was based on Bill Bonds and another anchor from Detroit. It's insane how much people love their anchors. Now we have more choices. It doesn't mean, I argue that anchors today are better than the anchors of past, and people might yell at me because we have to do so much. We're doing like 20 different things, whereas before you could just concentrate and be an anchor, and you sit around and you just get ready for it. Now we're like zipping all around, writing web stories, helping, do this, do that, keeping up with social media. Anyway, St. Louis has more broadcasters, sports, people from this town than anybody else. And having the School of Journalism at Mizzou doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt at all. And Lindenwood, too. Lindenwood's got a great
Lindenwood is on. They do. Lindenwood does a phenomenal job. They really do. And hell, Lindenwood has 2 incredible broadcasters from the school for sure. Dan McLaughlin, your Cardinals broadcaster, and Greg Amsinger, who's the lead host for Major League Baseball.
I believe Russ Mitchell as well from CBS.
No, Russ is a Mizzou guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I never knew about Russ being from Lindenwood. Maybe he is. But Russ spent some time at Mizzou.
It was folklore, I guess. Hey, Russ Mitchell came from Lindenwood. You should go to Lindenwood. Okay.
Well, speaking, somebody even chimed in about Bill Bonds. Bill Bonds was a legend in Detroit. Go figure. That's awesome to see. But every city does have them. Speaking of broadcasting, one of the great things about being in the news is Freedom of Information Request Act, where you can submit a Freedom of Information clause, so to speak, to get information that's public information that people should know. Well, Blaze Media did this because they wanted to find out financial disclosures from COVID and money that was spent. Well, hundreds of news organizations, were paid by the federal government to advertise the vaccines as part of a, quote, comprehensive media campaign. So the Biden administration during COVID purchased the ads on TV, radio, and print and social media to, quote, build vaccine confidence, timing the effort with the increasing availability of vaccines. All right. Well, what they found out was the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services spent $1 billion of taxpayer money.
Take that wall money, put it somewhere else.
$1 billion of taxpayer money to buy advertising promoting COVID vaccines from news outlets nationwide, the same media outlets that then provided favorable news coverage. When you put those stories into the computer that I talk about, that spits out, is this favorable, is it not?
Yes.
Among those receiving the most money, of course, ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and Newsmax.
Yeah. Well, that's
$1 billion to promote vaccines.
Yeah.
Major newspapers all across the country as well took the money and ran with it. So the legality of, advertising a pharmaceutical product that was under emergency use authorization at the time. It was only under emergency use. I think it's fair to say might be highly suspect. And that's just the broadcaster and me saying that because we're supposed to look at every story, look at facts, and then question what's going on.
It's suspicious.
$1 billion in taxpayer money. $1 billion.
I can honestly say I never saw one of them. I never saw
Really?
Never saw. I
They were
personally never.
all over.
So I'm not a TV person, but I've heard them on the radio all
Maybe
the
on the radio.
time.
I saw them
all
on
the
Billboard.
time.
Billboard. I saw billboards. That's about it. I never saw anything. But basically, what that is, it's a leaflet drop. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. It didn't come from your doctor. It came from the United States government, which, history is going to write its own book here. History is going to go, hey, look, this vaccine actually was safe. There aren't millions of people dying from side effects of Moderna or Pfizer. The history is we're going to be able to look back at this 20 years from now and go, you know what, that vaccine, it might not have saved it might not have, kept you from getting it, but okay, maybe it stopped a few cases. We don't know right now. We're in the fog of all of this stuff. So did the government coming in making a propaganda video about getting the vaccine is cool, is that a bad thing? That's their war to wage.
It is interesting, though, because while this was going on, remember, we've talked about him before, Dr. Robert Malone, who's generally recognized as the chief architect of the mRNA vaccine technology and was backed by almost 20,000 scientists across the country.
Yeah.
While the money was being promoted to or used to promote vaccines, it's interesting because he says that there's evidence. He's citing today that there's evidence that those of all of us who might be or not fully vaccinated, quote, more likely to be hospitalized and even die from the Omicron variant than those who are not fully vaccinated.
I hate this more likely stuff. I mean, is it on the margins like it's 0.008 instead of 0.005%?
Don't know.
I mean, what are the margins? It's more likely can be.
It would be more of a chance of doing that than somebody who's fully vaccinated, even if it's a small percentage, which should show you what was going on. That's why it's very interesting to hear that, because this is in regards to what Matthew Hicks says, the 9-page Pfizer document that shows the adverse effects.
Right.
That Pfizer, I mean, Angela even knew that Pfizer didn't want it released for 75 years. Yeah. Well, they were forced, the judge forced that to come out. The first part, it's going to be released in 3 series, I believe. The first part was released last week, which shows the harmful side effects, which shows that, keep in mind, millions of people were vaccinated.
Right.
But there's 4,000 deaths. The people who support it would go, there's only 4,000 deaths.
Right.
Look at the deaths you might have if you didn't take the vaccine.
Yeah.
But then those on this side say you had all these adverse effects, and people who are still dying from it that don't get credit are credited with a, quote, death of taking the vaccine.
All of this data is garbage, and I'll tell you why. Because the CDC came up and said, it's official. We went to the 16 million people worldwide have died of this thing plateau. And then someone comes out like a minute later and goes, it could be as high as 32 million people, though. So it's like, holy crap. Your data is from 16 to 32 million people. You don't have a clue about the data that you're pushing forward. You don't know if somebody died of COVID, if someone died with COVID, if someone died without COVID, but someone wanted to put something on a death certificate. I mean, you don't know any of this. This data is so foggy right now.
Well,
that there are people like there's all kinds of people.
This is true though. I heard this too. Glenn Thompson says, Dr. Deputy, who we used to have on the show, says the vaccine is still not legitimately FDA approved, still. But we don't talk about it because it never went through the final process.
Right.
Which is interesting. Donna says all of her vaccination information shows that it's still emergency use.
Right.
Because if something happens to you, then you can't go after somebody and sue them.
It's cloudy. And there's a bunch of people in the world right now, myself included, who said, you know what? I'm going to take the chance of getting immune from this thing by actually catching it. And I know that's a stupid thing to say. It's dumb to say I'm just going to go out into the world and hopefully if I get this thing, I'm going to beat it, but I will have those killer T1 cells and I'll have all this immunity against Omicron and all this other stuff that's COVID-19. That was my own choice. I was like, you know what? I think that nature handles disease better than a pharmaceutical company. That's just a calculated risk I took. Guess what? It worked. I didn't die. I made it through. Now I feel a little bit more confident if I do get COVID-19 in the future because my body has already dealt with it. That's a calculated risk. I think everybody should have that calculated risk. And there are some people that said I wanted to get 14 shots of Moderna. If they have a 15th, I want the 15th as well. That's your life. So I think that when I say that history is going to look back on this era, there's going to be all kinds of weird textbooks written about it.
Well, critics of it say you're going to hear, and this is one side say, just wait until the midterms end, then you're going to hear more of a push.
About what?
Vaccinations.
Okay, well, you'll have a Republican-led Congress, House and Senate, that will push back on that, and they will have the ability to go and make some, a few meetings here and there, maybe a few subpoenas, bringing people in and say, you know what, let's talk about this. So that I think the narrative is going to change a little bit. But
Kitty,
go ahead.
Kitty says, keep in mind the deaths reported were over only, and this is what's interesting, the first 3 months. And there was also 11,000 reported not, quote, recovered as of the time of the report. So the number could be way higher. Good point. Roslyn says, just watch 60 Minutes program on the truth about the swine flu vaccines. I don't know what happened with that.
I did watch that. I did watch that 60
Do you
Minutes
remember?
story on
Do you
this.
recall anything from it?
I mean, basically, they ended up settling out of court with like a lot of people because a lot of people got very, very ill or died from the swine flu. That was just on like not that long ago, actually.
Right.
Cindy says that's why I wouldn't take the vaccine because it was stated as, quote, emergency use. If it became FDA approved, then I would do my research and then take it if I wanted it.
Let me be honest with you. When we started this show, Angela, I speak to Angela a lot on this show.
I've
because
noticed.
She's like my sounding board. But when we started the show, it was the war on COVID. That's why we did it. We're like, man, we need to get out there and get the information because we were told 2 years ago this would be a 15-day thing. Man, we'll do it for a month. Remember that?
2 weeks to stop the spread.
Remember that? It was 15 to 30. We're like, we'll do a month. It'll be gone by then, right? When they said, and this was the Trump administration, when the Trump administration put Operation Warp Speed into practice, I was excited. I was like, this is fantastic. We're fine. I can't believe in a year we're going to actually have a vaccine. I was like, I will do it. I waited. I just wanted to see what it was all about. I wanted to hear what the experts were saying about it. That was, again, my own decision. I wanted to make sure that if I got this thing, I was going to be able to stop the transmission from me to you. Okay. If that was proven, I had no problem getting the vaccine. If it was proven that you could not even get COVID-19, I was going to get the vaccine. Guess what? Exactly the opposite of those were the reports. You can transmit this to someone else. It doesn't stop you from getting COVID. I was like, wait a minute.
Yep. And as we go to break, Eric, keep in mind from Brent, these 18-year-olds, it's something on what you said, 18-year-olds and even our age are a lot of liberal voters. And then Matthew Hicks says, Eric, let's hope we have a GOP-led Congress because there's no guarantees, Eric. You don't think that the last election was fair, do you? Then we have to hope that there are true conservatives. Look at the GOP now. Sellout senators like Romney and McConnell. How can they be trusted? So think about that. We got to take a quick break. We got to get to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Edge right after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Saving at the Home Depot means you can do more for less. Like making dishwashing easier with this KitchenAid dishwasher, complete with third-level rack and a Pro Wash cycle that adapts to each load. Enjoy savings on top-rated appliances online, in-store, or on the Home Depot app. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Valid February 10th through March 2nd, 2022. Free delivery applies to orders of $396 or more.
The O'Fallon Kiwanis Club is now accepting applications for their vocational scholarships. If you're a high school senior or you're a high school student who's graduating this year, apply for a vocational scholarship being offered by the O'Fallon Kiwanis. To qualify, you must graduate this year and plan on attending a vocational school offering a technical certificate. Go online to ofkiwanis.com to find out more. Application deadline is March 21st. If you're a high school student graduating this year and plan on going into a technical field, the O'Fallon Kiwanis may be able to help.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means the prescription medication to treat ED is super affordable at 4hims.com. And now get your first online doctor's visit free at 4hims.com. That's right. Zero copay, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. That's really good news. To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/joy.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, Grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
You are an electric vehicle. It's true. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car. Made by Nissan, a company whose EVs have gone 5 billion miles. Built for every driveway, every highway, and every speedway. And where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. Nissan. Electric cars for electric drivers. 5 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010.
Hi, this is Curtis Parks. I'm the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Now that things are back open, the vaccines are out, we are ready to get back to work. The kids are home, and I'm sure you're ready to go back to work too. We are hiring all positions. We are looking for everyone and anyone that wants to make life better for themselves, and we want you now. CompleteAB.com is where you apply. CompleteAB.com. Join the complete experience. No more sitting at home. Let's get back to work. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the car.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We appreciate you joining us today on this Tuesday, March 8th. Have an awesome day. We got to get out of here. Any parting thoughts?
I'm waiting for Angela. Go ahead, Ann.
Go team!
No. Let's call the kid line one more time, man. I mean, seriously. We need it after today's show.
We'll
call the kid line.
We'll start tomorrow with maybe we'll start each day with the
Can
kid
we start
line.
each day with a different section of the kid line?
Until we get through them all.
Okay, that would be awesome.
We'll do the finance tomorrow.
Actually, we'll start our own here.
I want the entrepreneurial button. Where's that one at?
Let's start a new business. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. Have an awesome day. We'll see you tonight for Fox 2 News at 5 and 9.
What color tie?
What should I wear? You guys tell me what to wear.
Black.
I'm not wearing black. I already told you.
He said that. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, there's no black.
How about cobalt blue for the lithium batteries that we're going to put into the ground?
There you go. Talk to you later. Bye.